Could you talk more around the pivot around being more commercially minded? Because it's something that a lot of founders feel, they're following their passion, they're trying to solve a problem, they're not necessarily business, they haven't necessarily gone and done an MBA and know exactly how to run a business and all the business models that you're supposed to follow. So how did that sort of transform for you?
Yeah. So I think for me, if anyone was to sit in front of me just now and talk about their business, I would be saying to them, you need to be more commercially minded. It's very easy when it's not your business and you don't care about your customers maybe in the same way. Like, I really care about good outcomes for my customers. So any story around IBS, I'd be like, here, have a discount, have it free, have it cheap. I gave a lot of product away for no real commercial value during the first year of the business. And one, that was a big learning curve, but two, I think it's because the driver, like I said at the start, my purpose, my role was to help people and is to help people with IBS and other digestive health issues. And so it's really difficult to then hear their stories, especially like on our chat function on social media, etc. And any reason why they might not be able to afford a premium product, I'd be like, okay, take it. And so some would come back, of course, like I have the data to prove that, but realistically, I was giving away a lot of product for not really much benefit to the business. And actually, that doesn't help serve my overall purpose of helping more people, because and then don't have enough product and we sold out. And then also it just means that commercially it wasn't making sense the first year in the business to keep giving so much away. So there was a few things around commercial mindedness as well. Is like, I think I'm still struggling with this at times, is being really clear on what the product does on the website. I have this sort of thing of like, oh, well, we'll just casually mention what it is and casually tell you to buy it. Whereas actually I need to be more obvious on the benefits, how it helps improve people's lives, and also like how to easily purchase. So I think I made some confusing things around our subscription, so that you had to subscribe to buy more, and then that was maybe potentially putting people off. So there's definitely some pieces around the testing of how to make the product as clear and easy to understand, because we're all really busy, and if you don't stop the scroll and if you don't grab the attention and make the purchase promptly, then that obviously makes it much harder to re-engage people. So some of the commercial minded things is around better copywriting on the site, more clear around what the product actually does. And in case that hasn't been clear on this session, it helps improve bloating, inflammation, and bowel regularity. And also to just be really clear on how it's not just for people with IBS. So we've got content that's made by our customers where they are talking about the benefits of the product to them. So I actually asked one customer about a year and a half ago, would she mind doing a quick video of her experience? Then she sent me a 15-minute video of, I thought, oh, okay, that's interesting. So now like chop that down into like more usable content, because most people aren't going to sit and watch that 15 minutes. But what that also then gave me was that benefit of like, no, this really is working. Because one of the things with e-com, you see that people are still buying, you see that people are engaging, they're leaving reviews, but for someone to take 15 minutes of their time to talk about your product, like, I mean, it literally did bring a tear to my eye of like how, like, I've done that, like what would that customer be doing if I hadn't done that? But I always have to balance all of that out, is like commercially the business needs to make sense. And so one of the next stages in the business is definitely, and it's not a pivot, it's an addition, but we'll be pivoting into, just said it's not a pivot and then I've said it's a pivot, but we'll be pivoting into a range of other products. And so that's like the next phase for the business, so that we can really help more people, because that is the goal.